Strong winds whip up a fire outside the city, and homes are damaged. Getting through flu season.
It's all about capacity, and influenza season and respiratory virus season, it comes around every year.
The province announces some changes to deal with the surge in cases. And wearing the maple leaf.
Laurent Debray, he came over and he hugged me and he said, "Hey man, you're an Olympian."
Canada names its Olympic speed skating team.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Ian White.
Good afternoon. We begin with breaking news. A fire in Rocky View County has damaged a home east of Calgary. It started this afternoon in Conrich. Jacqueline Wilson joins us from the scene. So, Jackie, what do we know so far?
Ian, right now, the structure fire, it's been deemed as under control by firefighters, but they're still putting out some hot spots. You can see behind me, it is quite smoky, so that home has been completely burnt to the ground behind me. You can see at least some damage to one of the homes. The windows are smashed out on it. Now, the wind, of course, as you can see and probably hear, a huge factor in the spread and the fight of this fire. Rocky View County and Calgary Fire Department working on this blaze together. Now, the home is in the Cambridge area in Conrich on Durham Way and Cambridge Parkway. We were told that all residents evacuated the home and are safe. It was under construction at the time. I did speak to a woman who's building a home across the street from the fire.
I mean, our framers were working on site, and of course they were terrified, and they were able to put out what caught in our backyard, but it was just small.
Now, a fire advisory was declared for East and West Rocky View County. So they say there's about a moderate risk right now because, of course, the windy and quite dry conditions. So that means no fire permits will be issued, and existing permits right now, Ian, are going to be suspended. Back to you.
Jackie, thanks very much. So we just heard the wind was a major factor in that fire. It was really gusting this afternoon.
Yeah, and during that fire, we were looking at gusts between 60 and 80 kilometers per hour. So, yeah, it's been a very gusty day today. And as we talked, the gusts have been at a different direction. So not out of the west. So that's why temperatures didn't get as warm either. So while this, creates the risk with regards to fires spreading, we're also very dry and we're cut off from the Chinook flow out of the west. So this has been predominantly to the north and northwest today, 80 kilometers per hour. That was the max in Calgary. And 91 in Medicine Hat. So very windy day. It will continue to be windy right through the evening hours up until about 1, 2 in the morning. That's when things will start to calm down a bit. 90 kilometers per hour, even 100 is why there's a wind warning issued for Medicine Hat and all communities along the Saskatchewan border. Brooks is included in that as well. Now, temperature is down to 2 degrees, but at the airport, we're still gusting closer to 60 kilometers per hour. Your 24-hour forecast brought to you by Fifth Avenue Volkswagen, family-owned, community-driven. Discover more at Fifth Avenue Volkswagen, and we'll still get above freezing tomorrow, but be prepared for a very chilly start to the day with a wind chill of -13 when off to work and school, and then the winds will be a lot calmer by tomorrow. Gusts out of the north, 30 kilometers per hour. That should get us up to a high of 3 degrees. Ian?
Thanks, Danielle. The man who was killed after luring and attacking a woman in an Edgemont home could be connected to the disappearance of a Calgary senior who police presume is dead. Tyson Fedor is in Falconridge. And Tyson, Shabazz Ahmed owned that home behind you.
Ian, in August of 2023, police spent nearly a week at that home, that white home behind me here, trying to locate Abdul Mufti, a 71-year-old senior here in Calgary who went missing. Police presume he's now dead. His family says that he was renting out the basement suite in that home from Ahmed. Now, this was also the home that Mufti was last seen before his disappearance. At the time, police had identified a person of interest in the theft of Mufti's credit cards, but that person was later released. Police today would not confirm if that person of interest was Ahmed, nor would they link Mufti's disappearance to him. Now, homicide detectives do believe that Mufti is dead. Yesterday, Harold Henninger told CTV News that he was attempting to sell an antique car in June of 2023, where Ahmed was a prospective buyer, held a knife to his throat. Henninger then says he came to this home at 200 Falworth Way Northeast to collect the money, but he never did. RCMP charged Ahmed, but he was found not guilty. Ahmed was killed January 9th by a woman at an Edgemont home in an act of self-defense. Now, I did speak with one nearby resident in this area today. He says that he actually saw Ahmed at this home along with his family just last week prior to his death. Ian, I can tell you that police do say the investigation into Mufti's disappearance and death is still ongoing, but no charges have been laid.
Fascinating story. Thank you, Tyson. And police have charged a man and teenage girl following a traffic stop in the southwest. It happened Saturday afternoon near the intersection of 17th Avenue and 5th Street. Police say the 40-year-old driver had no license and open alcohol in the vehicle. They also found weapons, including a loaded shotgun and nearly $10,000 worth of drugs. Matthew Christian Bennett and his 16-year-old passenger face a number of drug and weapons charges. After weeks of calls for help from an overwhelmed health system, provincial officials spoke to media today and promised improvements are coming. Tim Brooke has been following that story for us. And Tim, we hadn't heard from the Minister of Hospital and Surgical Services in weeks.
Yes, Ian. So as you can imagine, there was a lot of questions today about what the provincial plan is to fix this problem. Because, well, as our viewers know, we've been hearing calls for weeks now from doctors, nurses, frontline staff saying that there should be a state of emergency call because of the situation in hospitals. Well, today we found out there will be no state of emergency call, but some measures will be implemented moving forward to really help with capacity. Minister Matt Jones says the province already has the tools it needs to deal with this flu season surge, which he claims is now starting to ease. The focus in the days ahead will instead be on improved patient flow, accelerated discharges, and load leveling. Together, Jones is convinced those steps should lessen the stress on acute care. But while workers, they still are not impressed. They tell us the province was underprepared for this season and that these measures are either reactionary or ones that just won't help right now.
It's all about capacity, and the influenza season and respiratory virus season, it comes around every year, and it does fluctuate how severe it is. But I think there's things that could have been done beforehand, which would have helped the situation. Some of the solutions are long term, and it really isn't going to help this current situation.
Some other health news tonight. The province has ordered a fatality inquiry into the emergency room death of that Edmonton man over the holidays. Ian, the goal there is to find out some more about the circumstances surrounding the death and also to maybe bring forward some recommendations to ensure that something similar doesn't happen again.
Thanks, Tim. Alberta's measles outbreak is flaring up again, with case numbers climbing after weeks of decline. Provincial data shows 27 new measles cases since last Friday. That includes 5 more identified today. The province says the recent cases are linked to household transmission from holiday gatherings. Transmission had been trending down through the fall and early winter, but experts warn the virus is still circulating, particularly among unvaccinated populations.
There are enough people in the province who are not immune to measles that we can still see low-level transmission. What we're watching for and what we're a little bit worried about is we reintroduce measles into an under-vaccinated community, and we know there are a number of pockets in Alberta that are significantly under-vaccinated. We could see, once again, larger numbers of measles cases.
The province says it's expanded immunization clinics and multi-language ad campaigns to boost vaccine uptake. More than 162,000 measles vaccines were given since the outbreak started, up 40% from the same period last year. Calgary is inching closer to returning to regular water use. The city says Friday morning it plans to activate the final pump to bring the Bears Paw feeder main to full service. The feeder main has been repaired and safe drinking water is flowing through it, but Calgarians still remain under stage 4 water restrictions. 16th Avenue above the water main has reopened, with eastbound lanes fully open and westbound traffic running on one lane. Property tax assessments have now been sent out to over 600,000 Calgary homes, either in the mail or e-notice. It's not the actual bill, and there is time to dispute your assessment.
Property's 2026 assessment notice is an estimate of property's market value on July 1st, 2025. It's not an estimate of a property's market value when a property owner receives their notice or the value it was on the last day of 2025. If the property characteristics and condition of the property changes after the valuation date of July 1st, the assessment will reflect the property characteristics as of December 31st, 2025.
The median single-family home is valued at $706,000, while condos are at $347,000. The city says that's about a 1% increase over the previous year. Calgarians can challenge their assessment until March 23rd. A new report from Royal LePage shows home sales in Calgary dropped 15% in the fourth quarter of last year compared to 2024. The aggregate home price in our city decreased by 1% over that same period, but condos are seeing the biggest slowdown, mostly due to increasing supply. Experts also say it's a market correction after the bidding wars and high prices seen across the country in 2023 and 2024.
You know, construction had really come to a stall during COVID, and that really put pressure on inventory. Now that new home construction has caught up, what we're finding is that inventory has increased across all markets across Canada.
The report shows home prices nationally fell 1.5% year over year. Royal LePage predicts 2026 will be relatively steady for home sales, with buyers taking advantage of improved housing affordability. A thrilling day for some young athletes. Next, meet a Canadian long track speed skater who has punched his ticket to the Olympic Games. And people with families in Iran watch anxiously as protesters there are killed. Canada's long track speed skating team should be a force once again at the Winter Olympic Games in Milan Cortina. There's a good blend of rookies and veterans on this team. Anders Johnson of Calgary is going to the Winter Olympics for the first time. He qualified at the Olympic trials in his final race, and he's still floating on cloud nine.
It came down to one race, so yeah, looking up on the screen and seeing my name there. At the time, too, I didn't really believe it yet. Laurent Debray, he came over and he hugged me and he said, "Hey, man, you're an Olympian." I was like, okay, I'm going to wait until, the official announcement. So today, getting the hoodie and getting to do some interviews and stuff, hold the plane ticket over to Milan, it's starting to feel like, yeah, this dream is coming true.
The Winter Olympic Games will be held from February 6th to the 22nd in Italy. And an outdoor long track speed skating event is taking place in Red Deer this weekend. Organizers will be keeping a close eye on the weather. More than 100 skaters from Western Canadian clubs will be competing. It's also a qualifier for Team Alberta heading to the Canadian Youth Championships. Officials say athletes will be contacted directly if the ice is not safe for skating. Races are scheduled to start on Friday evening. And of course, that's the kind of place where those Olympic dreams begin. I can tell you in my neighborhood, the outdoor rink has been closed for a few days now.
Yep. It'll open again.
Yes.
It will get cold again. We may get quite a deal in February because we have some dues to pay here. It's been so warm. How warm? Well, 38 communities in the province broke records yesterday for new daytime highs. Oh my goodness, and yes, Calgary obviously included in that. So the actual temperature we got to 16.9 and the previous record 11.2. So yep, shattered that one in the city. Claresholm got to 19.5 and the old record was 13.8. Cardston 17.3, Brooks 15.8, Lethbridge 17.5. That's just to name a few. Again, 38 daily max records for January 14th. So it was a hot one yesterday, not today. So we had the strong gusts that would typically be associated with the warmer weather, but because this was out of the north and northwest today, it was a cooler day and most communities were in those lower to mid single digits for daytime highs. 90 to 100 kilometer per hour gusts possible over these next few hours right along the Saskatchewan border. Basically, Brooks is included in this, and then it goes up in through Hanna, Oyen. So yes, it's very gusty out there, and it will be gusty even through the overnight hours for the most part, right up until about 1, even 2 in the morning in some areas. For Calgary, it will likely die down just after midnight, but Calgary saw gusts closer to 80 kilometers per hour, 91 for Medicine Hat, 61 for Lethbridge, and 85 for Brooks. So very, very gusty. Even Red Deer, 83. So along the QE2, it's been very gusty. And basically, the further east you go, the higher chance you have for even gustier conditions. Now, this is a difference tomorrow. Tomorrow, the winds will start to switch a little bit, but the key thing is they will die down. So 30 kilometre per hour gusts for Calgary. A lot more reasonable out there tomorrow. 40 for Lethbridge and Medicine Hat, 30 in Brooks and 30 in Pincher Creek. Again, we'll start to see a shift out of the west, but when we get that shift out of the west, the winds will die down later in the day, which means we won't be getting into any sort of excessive heat tomorrow anyway. All right, it's 3 in Brooks right now, 2 in Lethbridge, 1 in Calgary, 2 in Banff, so those lower single digits for the most part. Not a whole lot going on right now, and unfortunately, no real moisture in our forecast. I'm going to play this through and pause it Saturday night. That's our only chance of getting a few flurries. Nothing significant. It's late Saturday night. All right, here's your longer range forecast. 3 degrees for tomorrow. Winds out of the north, predominantly 30 kilometers per hour, and then 11 degrees for Saturday. So a little Chinook kicking in for Saturday, but then we quiet down again temperature-wise to 0 by Sunday.
Thanks, Danielle. The federal government confirming today a Canadian has been killed in Iran. Iranians living in the Calgary area say they are devastated by unfolding events in that country. The violence began on December 28th. According to some estimates, 2,500 people have been killed since Iran's regime began cracking down on protesters. The internet and phone lines have been cut. In Airdrie, one woman says friends and relatives and children are not coming home and have not been heard from.
We're not ourselves anymore. Each one of us is one person that lost a family, one person that is still on the street, and they don't have a voice, and we have to be their voice.
She and others say they will be at City Hall to rally for Iran every Sunday afternoon until there are signs of peace. Air Canada passengers might be interested in joining a class action suit. Still to come. Were you on a flight that was delayed more than 3 hours? The court ruling that clears the way for a lawsuit. A major deal involving Taiwan and the tech sector today. Joining me is Liana Wachniak, investment advisor with the Popowich Carmeli Advisory Group. And Liana, Taiwan and semiconductors are affecting the markets today.
That's right. And there's kind of two different angles that has been impacting the market over the course of the trading day today. The first being Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, TSMC, who are a major player in the semiconductor manufacturing space and count companies like NVIDIA and Apple amongst their clients, did release their fourth quarter earnings. They were way higher than analysts were expecting, a 35% jump in their revenues overall. Now, they've also pledged to build quite a bit of infrastructure in the U.S. when it comes to semiconductor manufacturing, including $100 billion that they had already pledged to build a few plants out in Arizona. One is already operational, 2 are underway, and a 4th one is currently being planned. So there is some manufacturing starting to build in the U.S. from these major semiconductor players. Now, that was answered a little bit today by an additional incentive for that, as the U.S. and Taiwan concluded a trade deal to set reciprocal tariffs on Taiwanese goods at 15%. That would be the cap, and that actually further encouraged some of the trade into companies like Taiwan Semiconductor. So it moved a lot of the big names in the markets today.
Meantime, in Canadian news, Air Canada is facing a class action lawsuit.
Right, and this is really over delays in the period from December 2019 to 2022. Essentially, the class action suit alleges that Air Canada misleadingly coded some of their delays as safety-related delays when they were actually crew shortages or other crew-related delays. Now, one allows you to get compensation if it's crew-related, but if it's a safety delay, then there is no compensation available for passengers. And essentially, there was an internal memo that was discovered from Air Canada that instructed employees to code some of those crew delays as safety issues. So this is why the class action is in place. This could set a precedent where airlines basically have to be more transparent about the reasons for their delays or face the consequences and potential penalties of damages for it.
All right. Thanks for the update.
Thank you.
Alta Gas is hoping to grow its propane foothold in the Chinese market. The energy infrastructure company opened Canada's first propane export terminal in Prince Rupert, BC in 2019 and began shipping to China in 2024. In less than a year, it already supplies 6% of China's propane imports. The company says as more Chinese citizens move out of poverty, demand for propane for home heating is expected to rise. The province orders a fatality inquiry into the death of a patient in an Edmonton emergency waiting room. Here's Tara Nelson with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Hi, Ian. The 44-year-old man died while waiting hours to see a doctor about chest pain. While the inquiry will take time to complete, the province says preventative steps are already being taken. You can join us at 6 for the details about a pilot project being launched in Calgary. Also ahead, the wind helped fuel a fire east of Calgary this afternoon. 5 homes have been damaged in Conrich. Coming up at 6, we'll have the latest from the scene. Ian.
Thank you, Tara. And the good news is that you can expect the winds to diminish tomorrow. Right now in Calgary, mainly clear, +1. Danielle has details coming up. Okay, I think we learned today.
Oh,
you doing okay there?
Yeah, you made me laugh just before we.
Yes, I did. We learned today the big difference between a west wind and a north wind.
Yeah, colder with north, right?
Yep.
Yep. All right, here we go. I only have 10 seconds. So 10 degrees was our high today, but that was at 1 a.m. And then we quickly switched to winds out of the north, so temperatures fell. In the afternoon, we got as high as 4 degrees. Tomorrow, similar with a high of 3. And then we boost up to 11 for Saturday, and then closer to the freezing mark after that.
Thanks, Danielle. For 38 years, he's been a steady and reassuring presence at a local seniors home, but now Bart Daly is retiring. Daly is 82 years old and says it's finally time to step down as the chaplain at the Trinity Lodge Retirement Residence. He made it a point to welcome every single resident and visit them regularly. Daly hosted services 5 mornings a week and another on Sunday evenings and says he enjoyed every minute of his time at the lodge.
I've only been gone a week, but I miss it already. I miss it. I was tempted to come in and be a part of the chapel service this very morning, but I thought maybe I'll wait a little while and let a couple of weeks go by before I make another appearance.
The new chaplain is 46-year-old Jason Buchert. Daly and his wife Barbara plan on making some road trips to see Canada. Thanks for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.